Is negative 3 a solution of 5 minus y equals negative 2y plus 2? This question, and several like it that you're going to experience, is really not asking you to solve. Nowhere in the directions does it say solve for y. In fact, they've asked you a question and they're expecting either a yes or a no answer. So instead of asking you to solve, what this problem is really saying is check the solution or check the answer. And this is a very important skill in algebra because you're going to find that you'll be able to check every solution that you solve to an equation that has a solution. So what we're going to do is take the equation that we were given, 5 minus y equals negative 2y plus 2, and we're going to replace this value of negative 3 in our equation. We have the variable twice in the equation, so we're going to let negative 3 replace the y both places. So what we're going to do is write the equation down, 5 minus, and then instead of the y, I'm going to put that negative 3 that they're asking me to check as my possible solution. Same thing on the other side, negative 2, and then replace the y with the negative 3. Now we're not solving. We're trying to check our solution. So what I'm going to do is treat this equation as two separate sides. I'm going to do the math on the left, separate from the math on the right, and then I'm going to check to make sure that I get the exact same solution on both sides. 5 minus negative 3 is 8. Over here I have two steps. First I'm going to multiply the negative 3 times the negative 2, which gives me a positive 6, plus 2, which gives me a positive 8. If this side of my equation evaluates to be 8, and this side also gives me 8, then I do have the correct solution, so I can answer the question. Is negative 3 a solution of that equation? The answer here will be yes. Let's look at what would happen if I do not get the same value on both sides. This time let's check the equation 3a minus 4 equals 10. And someone said, hey, I thought in this equation the solution would be negative 2. So if your friend had this equation and they got this for an answer, you could check to see whether or not they were correct. Or they could have asked, is negative 2 a solution of this equation? So what we're going to do is we're going to replace that negative 2 right there in our equation where the a is. We're going to do the math on the left separate from the math on the right. So we'll say 3 times negative 2 minus 4, and we're going to see, does that really equal 10? 3 times negative 2 is a negative 6, minus 4 is a negative 10. Negative 10 and positive 10 are not the same. So had they asked me, is negative 2 a solution? I would have to say no. Or if your friend was solving this equation, you could say, no, I don't think your answer is right, because the check didn't work out. I got a negative 10 on one side and a positive 10 on the other.